Anybody else outside that needs to come in? Where's our potential inductees? Where's Dana? Steve's here.
I think there's not.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
No last minute chapstick, man. No last minute chapstick.
I didn't recognize which TV was part of the dark, so I couldn't. Okay.
Guys in, Dana here, Tony, you guys here by.
Hey John, what event was that?
Cool, coming. Close that front door. I'm going to string this out as long as I can for Adrian. I'd love to do this. Where's Dana's? Tony? You're coming in? Cool.
Why, you don't want to play after?
Where's Dana?
He's going to make an entrance.
Got some smoke. Hooked up with that.
He's nervous. He don't want to come out.
And how I was writing that. I told him my essay skills. Do a lot of time I saw him more.
Thanks for being patient, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost ready.
I feel like knocked over by my cloud.
Is that thing focusing on right out? I don't want to look fuzzy. Make sure that's focused.
You're broadcasting this film?
Yes, this is
Net.food.
going out. All right. First off, thank you everybody for coming, and let's give a big round of applause to Mo, who set this first up. Mo did a fantastic job, so don't be shy. You guys can continue to thank him the rest of the weekend. Okay? I'm going to thank a few other people here before we get rolling. Matt and Gemma have been very instrumental in helping me out the last couple of years doing a lot of foosball promotions, so I want to thank them as well. I want to thank Dana and Steve. Dana and Steve have picked up the baton. They are doing the promotions here at Utopia. They've got the tables. They're doing a great job. They got a lot of ideas, a lot of enthusiasm. So I know you guys are giving your support and help them out, show up every week and play some food. So let's thank Dana and Steve for that. What we do each year here in NorCal is we have an induction into our Hall of Fame. Okay, we've got some previous Hall of Famers here. Adrian is here from the first year. Dan Casey, Chris Doobie could not make it. Chris Doobie is the president currently of the association. What we do is we have 10 players that I picked out, 2 from each decade from the 70s forward, that can put in their top 5 list of players each year. Then out of that list, we take the top 5 from there and we put it out to all the Foozers in NorCal or anywhere in the state, anybody that wants to vote for their top 2 players out of the 5. Okay, Doobie, as acting president, instituted something this year. He was concerned that not a lot of the old timers are going to get in because a lot of you new players don't know them. So what we're going to do from here on out, starting next year, is there'll be a veterans committee type of vote, and 2 old timers are going to get in automatically every year, voted by that committee, and then the other Foozers will get their votes for the 2 newer guys or whoever they might be. Okay. I'm going to start out by introducing Adrian Zamora, our first Hall of Famer here for the Bay Area, world champion. All of you have heard him from Reputation where he's at. You're going first.
I'm going to do the best I can here. I've known Dana quite a while. We've been playing foosball together since early 80s, mostly as opponents, and in more recent years as partners. Dana's really helped me out a lot with my game, as well as helping out a lot of other players here. We've had a handful of really good goalies that have come out of this area. Steve Corey, also one of Dana's fellow inductees, included, and in my opinion, Dana's the best goalie that has come out of this area. He's got the respect of the top players on the national tour. I know Dave Gummison, who most foosball players know, has fits with Dana's. His blocking style. Dana's just really accomplished player and definitely accomplished goalie. He's got numerous local and regional wins and a handful of top 5 finishes with local players like Fernando, Sergi, and myself. And we've been playing long enough now that him and I are actually able to play the senior doubles together, or affectionately called dinosaur doubles. About 1.5 years ago, Dana asked me to play in a tournament in Vegas, which is a national size tournament. And knowing that I don't like to practice, and the preparation for the tournament is really the hardest part for me. When he asked me to play, he said, "Hey, we won't practice. We'll do Jaeger shots before each match instead." So I think about it actually I didn't have to think about it for too long before I realized that sounds like a pretty good idea. So that was the plan. And during this tournament, we actually did pretty well. We finished in the top 5 in doubles. We wound up winning senior singles. It was special because we dedicated the tournament before the event even started to a friend of ours, and foosball player Tom Pippin, so it was extra special. And I actually had a lot of fun, so I like the plan. I guess I can bail the notes. I'm not looking at them anyways. With all those accomplishments that Dana's had as a player, I think that his biggest accomplishment has been his understanding of the game, and not so much that as much as his ability to teach people what he knows about the game. He's an extremely good teacher. When I asked for help several years back, he actually spent a lot of time and put together a whole little booklet for me with insight, not just on blocking, but theories, strategies, and I really appreciate that. He's worked with Doobie, Serge, myself, as well as a lot of other local players to help develop the game, their game. He's worked with some of the top players. We actually have one player here that he's spent some time with and helped out, named Tony Spreedman, which is actually not just a great player, but the best player in the game. So we're kind of fortunate, and it's cool to have him here this weekend. And in the spirit of keeping my speeches short and sweet, I'd like to introduce Dana Marr, my friend, to the Bay Area Foosball Hall of Fame.
Here we go, Dan.
All right. Can't put my glasses on here.
Hold off, man. So I can hear you. Parky's listening.
Okay, you guys, listen up. Everybody that knows me knows this is not my thing. I don't really want to do this. But I did write something down, and I'm going to try and get through it here as best I can. So the first thing I want you guys to know is that for me to stand up here and do this is definitely not my idea of fun. If I had it my way, I would shake somebody's hand, tell them thank you, and go sit down. But we all know that's not going to happen today. Instead, I'm going to stand here terrified and try and thank a few people and pass on a few opinions that I have about our sport. So, first of all, I'd like to thank all the local players here that voted for me. And the Hall of Fame committee. Without you guys, I wouldn't be standing here, I wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, I wouldn't be doing the speech. So I really appreciate everybody that voted for me and all the support that I have. Out of the people that I want to thank, top of my list is my family. Where's my boy? Where's Brandon at? There he is. My two boys, Brandon and Cody, I got to thank them guys because this game, I left so much, and I missed their birthdays, I missed holidays, all that kind of stuff to go out and play foosball. And my kids never gave me any grief about it. Very little grief ever. So Brandon, thanks, kiddo.
You're welcome.
And here's how ironic it is, you guys. My youngest boy, Cody, is at Reggae on the River this weekend. I'm being inducted into the Hall of Fame. My kid's at Reggae on the River, which is something that I went to for 20 years, you know, and I took him there since he was a little kid too, so it's pretty fitting. Next person I want to thank is the old man Parky right there. I live with Parky, he's like a father to me, and Parky has sponsored me to tournaments that I could not have gotten to. I would have never made it, and as it turns out, he sponsored me to some of the tournaments that I did the best in. When Fernando and I played Rico and Todd for Winners of the Winners at Worlds, and it went meat nut, Parky's the one that sponsored me to that tournament. And I'll tell you guys something else too. For the first couple years he sponsored me, he gave me money, I went and I basically donated. I never won a freaking dime. And I came back and asked me how I did, and I just hang my head and fuck Parky, I didn't win shit. And then when I started doing good and making money, I was so excited to come back and tell him, Parky, I got money, man, look, you know? And all he ever took from me was what he put into it. Just what he sponsored me, and he told me to take the rest and go spend it and have fun. So thanks, Parky, for sponsoring me. There's one other guy I thought he was going to be here today. His name's Scott Santa, and he's a high school friend of mine. I started playing foosball at a roller rink, and he was there. We would skate and play foos at the roller rink, and he and I were really competitive. And he ended up buying an old crummy table and putting it in his garage. I can't even remember what kind it was. It had springs on the inside of the rods instead of bushings. But we stuck the goals in that thing, and we would play all night long. And this guy, he beat me, and it pissed me off, and I wanted to get better so bad so that I could beat him. And he's probably the reason that I started playing and wanted to get better. So I wish he was here to see this, but oh well. Thank you to Scott Santa. Who else is on here? Chris Ibanez. Where's Chris?
Right here, bro.
There he is. My buddy Chris Ibanez is a non-foosball player. And I've known him since I was 15 years old. I used to sleep in the back of his car in front of his house when I had no place to live. And this guy is the only non-foosball player that I've had for so long, and all you guys know this. He's the only guy that's never asked me the whole time I played, why do you do this? Why are you going to play that dumb game? All he ever said to me was, Mar, go kick some ass, bring the hardware back. That's all he ever said. So thanks, Chris. Randy Stark, where is he?
Whoa, whoa.
There he is. Randy Stark's a world champion. And first time I saw Randy, I had never played in a foosball tournament. I lived in California, and I moved to Arizona. I was taking karate, and right next door to the place I was taking karate was an arcade. And I walked in that place after a karate lesson, and I walked into either the state championships or the city championships or something. And there's a great big group around the table watching, and I snuck in there to see this guy shooting a pole kick, lifting the table up, and you know, I had never seen anything like this in my life. He was intimidating. People were scared of him, and I looked at him, and Randy was the first foosball player I ever looked at, and I thought, I want to be like him. You know, I want to be like that guy. And 30 years later, I still want to be like Randy. But I still can't do half the shit he can do on the table. Thanks, bro. Yeah, Thor Donovan is next, and I could talk a lot about Thor, but the one thing that I think was the most important that Thor did for me was he gave me a chance. He let me play with them when I wasn't very good, and he carried me, and I had a lot of firsts with them, not first places, but my first big match ever, pit table finals, was against Bacon and Bowers in Utah. Played that with Thor. First time I played in front of a big crowd. First time I scored a match point, 4-all 5th game from the back to win a big tournament. A lot of those things were all with Thor. And it's too bad he can't be here, but basically I think he launched my career. For the most part, without him, I would have never been. So, thanks, TD. Next is Lou Salkine, who's actually here. I'm stoked you showed up, Lou. And there's one small little piece of information about Lou. When Thor played with me, I'd never played with a good player before that. No offense to Donald. So it was kind of iffy. I did good in a couple tournaments with Thor, but Lou Salkine took a chance with me, and he asked me to play at a tournament that Thor didn't play with me at. He couldn't make it or whatever it was. And Lou took a chance on me. And we actually had a nice little run together. We played a few tournaments, and we did really well in it. And because of Lou asking me, who was a really respected player at the time, shortly after that, I had a lot of good players start to ask me to play. So, thank you, Lou Bell. Chris Dewey. I love him like a brother. I fight with him like a brother, too. But he was the first person to tell me that I was one of the best goalies in the world. And he told me a long time ago. And the one thing I forgot about all these guys that I wrote at the end, starting with Randy, Thor, Doobie, and all the other people, the last thing I wrote is all these guys are lifelong friends for me. Every one of them I still stay in touch with. Randy lives with me right now. So they're all lifelong friends. The next one is Rob Mares. He's not here, obviously. But he's the one guy that taught me the most about the game. Took the time, spent hours, days, actually years with me, trying to get me to be better. So I owe him a lot. So thank you, Robbie Mares. Okay, I only got a couple more here, you guys. Gemma, where's Gemma? This one's tough. Let's see. No. Okay, so I needed help with my game, and I asked a few people, and I kind of got a standard answer from all of them. But Gemma, when I asked Gemma, she told me the truth about my attitude and sportsmanship. And there were things I needed to hear that nobody else wanted to tell me. So it helped me out, changed my attitude, made me a better player. Thanks, Gemma. And my girlfriend, Melissa, she's not here. I gotta thank her because she believes in me. thinks whatever it is that I can do it, even when I can't do it. You can be down 4-0, and Melissa will look at me and tell me, shoot some of those banks out of the back or something so we can win. She just thinks I can do anything. And bless her heart, she sent me a link a couple days ago on my Facebook with a format to how to write an acceptance speech. Thanks, man. I love you. Last one on here today, guys, is Steve Glorioso, and we're Steve. Steven, thanks for the bucket list, bro. This is an awesome thing you're doing. Yeah, thank you. So, when I started, I said I wanted to pass on an opinion about our sport. It might be more of an observation or a reflection, but if you notice, there was a common theme in all the people that I think. They're all lifelong friends. I've even made friends playing this game in this pool hall that are pool players. Joanne and Teresa. I've made a lot of friends in here through this game that people that don't even play. It's freaking awesome. And thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
So the observation that I have is this, that I think we all play the game basically for one reason, and that's to win. We all have our own reasons, side reasons besides that, you know, for the competition or whatever. But we all want to win, you know, that's the bottom line. Some, you know, I've won my fair share, not as much as some, but more than others. But now when I look back at the years that I played foosball, I don't think as much about the wins and the losses as much as I think about the friends that I was hanging around with at that tournament or what we did. And then after that tournament's gone, at the next one, when those same friends of mine were hanging around and we're talking about it, we're talking more about things that went on outside the tournament room than things that happened in there, you know? And the bottom line is, for most of us, we're gonna lose at this game more times than we win. Unless you're the kid, unless you're Tony or somebody, you're probably gonna lose more times than you win. So, it seems that, you know, every time we talk about it, don't get me wrong, you guys, I love the pit matches. It's what I play for. I love playing in those big pit matches with my friends cheering for me, and I like watching them too with all those guys cheering. But what I would say is, don't get too caught up in that, because what you're gonna find is that 20 or 25 years goes by, and you're searching for the wins and the titles and all that, and you fail to realize that you've made, you know, dozens of lifelong friends throughout this. So, as you guys do this, enjoy the places that you go, the people that you meet, the venues that you see. You know, if I had it to do over again, I would have taken more time to enjoy all of that stuff. So, that's what keeps me coming back to these things. It's not the money, it's not the competition, it's the lifelong friends. So, and today, guys, I can only thank a few people. There's so many more that, you know, that I could thank for me being here. So I want everybody to know that even if I didn't mention you in here, all the people that had a hand in me getting here. Oh, there's one more here. I forgot. Where's Serge? Where's Serge? Serge, I put you on here too, bro. Where's it at? Here it is. It says Serge. Because one day it's going to be our turn, buddy. Ready to go. Okay, you guys, that's it. I'm all done.